From this moment on, you will now be known as Sharkbait.
Sharkbait, ooh-ha-ha!
Welcome, brother Sharkbait.
Sharkbait, ooh-ha-ha!
Enough of the Sharkbait.
Sharkbait, ooh!
What's up, everybody? This is D. Today's Sunday swim, man. There's a lot of good, bad, and the ugly in maintenance of keeping these tanks. And one I want to show you is algae. We're all familiar with algae. No, this ain't salad. This ain't sushi or nothing like that. This is algae. We got good algae in the tank. We got bad algae in the tank. But what happens is, in the fight for nutrients, you have some coral that utilize nutrients a lot, like soft coral. And then you have some coral that do not like nutrients, like SPS. And in the middle is algae. Now, if we take a closer look here, I'll move the camera, and in the spots where we're actually battling for supremacy, we're getting patches of algae. Fun, right? See, now here's the bad part. The bad part is the zoas as well as the zoanthids have started moving off of the rock and onto the algae. Like, if you look up there, I actually pulled a couple off this morning that were actually attached to the strands of algae. And if you look real close, there's a perfect example there. You'll see that the zoas are moving up the algae. So I really irritated the hell out of quite a few of the corals, like the akins, because I took them out and gave them a good scrubbing with my old favorite friend here, the brush, my hard bristle brush, just to get in the rock and get the algae out. But in doing that, you irritate the hell out of the coral. Like, you can see this one, I didn't really scrub it a lot because the algae is actually in between the coral. And it's a constant battle, man. It's one of those things, maintaining these tanks, man, is constant battle for balance and establishing balance. And the funny thing is it doesn't grow on this side of the tank as much as it grows over here. I thought it was a flow thing, so I increased the flow over here, and I actually got a patch right here, not over there, not over there, just right here. So I'm starting to think it may be even that type of rock that it's attached to. So it's a pain in the neck, you know, in order to get that out. It's not like spreading, but trying to get that crazy algae out without irritating the hell out of everything around it. This crazy Pasillipora actually was really stung a lot by the Kenya tree. I had it back there under the Kenya tree, and everything's a little bit irritated because I've been going in there and plucking out algae, like even in those zoas. See how it sprouts up in the middle? Now, how do you get that out without irritating the hell out of everything? You probably have to pull that out and put it somewhere else, maybe treat it and just take a shot or lose that little colony. But back to the Pasillipora, actually healed up nicely. I put it over here. It had a lot of burns around the edges, like you can see a little bit there. It was really kind of irritated around the edges by that Kenya tree. The Kenya tree, I'm going to probably get more control over that. I took a few pieces out and try to get that algae under control too. Now, just for the record, and I'm going to put the camera down, the nutrient levels are actually really low in this tank. Phosphates are really low, but in lowering the phosphates, a lot of soft coral get irritated. And I'm not really worried so much about the Kenya tree because it's so resilient. But even Xenia, I used a phosphate remover like the Phosphate X. I used maybe 1 millimeter, which, if you're asking how could he dose 1 millimeter, it's because I used this bad boy right here. These dose are here, 1 milliliter. Phosphates went down to near nothingness, but when that happened, these boys closed up. Those Xenia closed up for like 3 days. So you got to be really careful in lowering your phosphates. I know everybody wants to lower the phosphates, but coral, especially soft coral, utilize a lot of that phosphate in their nutritional balance. So fun stuff, you know. Reef keeping is fun, just establishing this balance. And like I said, if you see what's left in there, look what I took out. It's a lot. It's thick. And that is going in there with these bad boys and pulling it out. Yes, so when you're thinking about going into the reef hobby, don't think you can sit back in your soft easy chair and look at the tank and, oh, I got algae, let me put a bottle of something in there, boom, that's gone. Put some GFO, boom, that's gone. It doesn't work like that, babe. It's a constant balance, and you're constantly maintaining the balance. So it's a nuisance, but it's part of the program. What are you gonna do? And one thing that I am doing, which I'll probably do today, I'll do a water change. Not like I really need it, but if you can see this, in the back is my refugium in there. If you can see that back area, I don't want to drop the camera, but I'll use this as a pointer. Okay, back here is my refugium tray. I pull that out every week to 2 weeks. Not pull it out, but remove some of the algae that's growing in there, the Chaeto, to encourage it to stay in that area. And I actually haven't done that in the last week because of work being busy, and that's how it is. So probably explaining why I'm getting so much bloom in the tank, but what it is, what it is. And the funny thing is, the coral not happy when you pull it out. When you start pulling all the phosphates out and lowering those levels really quick, they get kind of mad. But I did get a glimpse of some of the strays floating in a water column, so I'm gonna do a water change today in there. Going into the overflow, even look at this baby, look at algae on there. I'm gonna have to take that out today and give that a good scrubbing, because if not, it's like the giving tree, it keeps giving. It's gonna give my tank a nice supply of regrowth. If you guys saw my Facebook page last week, I got a nice cleaner shrimp from Gone over at 1,000 Island Aquariums. Of course, I expected him to go in this area because for some reason, none of my shrimp go in that area. It's like 5 shrimp in this one area. I have the blood shrimp, I have the scarlet cleaner shrimp, 2 huge peppermint shrimp, I think 3, but it's definitely one massive one that I can't see him now, but stays in this one area. Look at that, all this space, and they want that one area. I'm surprised that they all get along together, but it is what it is. So just a Sunday doing my cleaning. Oh yeah, I irritated the hell out of the Papona. See how it's sending out those sweepers? That's because I was in the tank. You know, when I have my hands in the tank, they kind of get pissed off sending out those sweepers. You got to be careful with your hands in these tanks because you can get irritated. But other than that, the tank is getting cleaned up. Doing my little glass cleaning, everything is alright. I'll probably check my alkalinity in a couple of minutes. Top off my reservoir, which you can see is low. ATO is spinning, but nobody's home. I could tell because the water level is low. I didn't fill it up. Once again, work gets in the way. And my snail's been busy. He's been doing something. He's over there trying to clean something. Actually, his shell's getting a little big, and I can see he's hitting my candy cane. That explains why the candy cane's closed up. Come on, I might have to get some smaller ones. When you have snails a long time, they can get bigger and become stuck in little areas of the tank, so you do have to check your tank. I had one that was actually stuck back there in that little piece of egg crate that I used to mount some vertical pieces. So I pulled him out, which irritated things back there a little bit. And areas like this, where you can see the empty shells, you know, empty shells, I put extra shells in there. And here's another one, which is getting around pretty nicely. But once again, look at that nice patch of algae. You're going to have to take that out and get my zoas off of it, or pull it out, What I may do is put it in the main tank and let the tanks clean that off a bit. No, none of that's going to grow in the main tank, so I'll probably pull that piece off and put it in the big tank. Let the tanks have a, let the my yellow, my sailfin have a good go at that. But this guy is working, so he's not slouching, because he was going to get a pink slip. But now he's not slouching, so he's doing all right. And that's it. Everything's doing all right. I think my female clown actually grew a bit this past few days. My male is still a short nub. I don't know. That's about it, everybody. So algae, an ever constant battle. We win some, we lose some, but you got to stay in the game no matter what you're doing. It's part of your maintenance routine. Fun stuff, right? Frog spawn is ridiculous. It grows in this tank like nobody's business. The upstairs, the main tank, oh no, it's a struggle. I gotta feed it. This, I barely feed it. It's just in a happy spot. It's slow. And it is what it is. Every tank is different. Every profile is different. The devil's hand back there is like fighting for a space, but I did move it to several spaces in the tank, and it only polyps out over here. So what it has done is this toadstool is about 4 to 5 inches tall. They grow to extend above the frog spawn. So that is a good thing. They'll establish themselves. I'm not going to move them anymore. They'll just have to do like in nature and find a way. And I'll continue with my maintenance. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to get back to cleaning here. And thank you guys for watching. Things get busy, we get caught up. I missed a few live streams because once again, work is work. You got to make money to stay in this hobby. And before I sign you out, I will tell you that I did lose my female beta. My female beta in there. This guy's doing okay. I was trying to breed him out. They tried a few times. They were unsuccessful. The Daniels laid a few eggs. They ate a few eggs. I saw the eggs popping out. I got my males look like they're getting big again. And the guy says, how do you go from saltwater to Daniels? It was just an experiment. This guy's just got really skinny. Don't ask me why. Really skinny. My other male is in the back there. It doesn't really come out a lot. This male is just really skinny. I gotta fatten him up. Females are pretty big and plump. Maybe coming up with some eggs again. My Molly's doing excellent. This is all salt water now for the past 2 weeks. I'm taking the water from the frag tank and actually putting in here when I'm doing my water changes. And I have some Chaeto in there as well, which they kind of munch on. And these guys are doing good. It's my big male there. The female pops out when she sees me over here once in a while. I don't know where she is now. She's in there. She just swam back there a second ago. But they're doing good, really healthy. Doing really fine. Colors are great. And that's it. I'll probably put them in a refugium upstairs. I'm not going to put them in this small frag tank because they will fight. These fish are not aggressive. And these fish aren't aggressive, but when you introduce a new fish to such a small system, they will get aggressive. So I saw that with one. I don't want to do that with these, so I'll probably, these will end up in my sump upstairs. I'm trying to get them to breed out down here, so I'm going to get another female, maybe 2 more females tomorrow or something like that if I can find some good ones. And that's it, everybody. Cool, always experimenting. Everything is running. A little air stone, water changes. You can see I took all of this. I forgot the guy that asked me for plants. You know who you are. One of the dudes saw me at the aquarium club meeting and asked if I was selling the plants. I'll give you some plants. I just forgot your name, buddy. So if you can drop a comment below if you're in Brooklyn, let me know. I have a ton I pulled out of my planted tank. This has actually grown in here to where it's taken up the entire tank. You can't tell there, but if you open it, it has actually taken up the entire tank and is providing excellent filtration in here. Fish are doing good. And that's it, man. So till next time, this is D. I'm going to stop it at 15 minutes. That's a long time. click the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up. You got questions, once again, my man that was looking for the plants, homeboy, shoot me a comment below or hit me on Facebook. We'll connect somehow. Till next time, I'm out of here. Gotta make the donuts. See ya.